Hey Chris, it's Tyler. I wanted to make this video for you and just give you guys a couple tips that you can start implementing right away to outrank your competition online and really start growing your online presence. So I have your website pulled up, and the first thing that I noticed was that the website isn't secure. Now we talked about it being a little outdated, right? And it definitely is. So it could definitely use an update. But really, as going through the website, looking at all the content, all the different services that you have going on here in the transactions, I mean, there's a good bit of content and the layout's not bad. Like I said, it just needs that update. It needs that feel that when someone comes to your site, they want to stay on, they want to learn, and they want to contact you, and they want to trust you over anybody else. So really, an optimized website, one that is updated, that's what's going to set you apart, or at least, put you in the fight with some other companies. So like I said, though, the content's great. I would definitely maybe add in a little bit more because, again, when you're looking at your competition, if they have more content, around a specific area, maybe mergers and acquisitions, you want to beat out their content. You want to put more content in. You want to focus in on different keywords. But, that's really one aspect. Are people going on the internet and looking up, different words to find businesses like yours? Well, we're about to find out. But, you want to really put it all together, through search engine optimization, having that website as your core, Google ads, Facebook ads, however you go about it. But, there's a lot of options. Let's take a look at them. First thing I want to do is pull up a report of the website, just to kind of show you where you are now and then where you can go, where your competitors are as well. Looks like you guys have been around for a while, so the site's been live quite a bit. And, we've got a pretty good rank. But as far as the backlinks go, this could definitely use some work. And we'll, like I said, look at a couple competitors. You guys have 61 sites pointing back to yours, giving you 157 backlinks. And not all backlinks are created equal, so we want to go out and get higher quality backlinks than our competitors. And like I said, we'll take a look at some. But, really what I want to focus on are these keywords. That's what sets your content apart from your competition. Now, most of these keywords that I took a look at, none of them are really bringing in traffic, as we can see in this row here. All right. We see Mystic Capital, obviously the name, is bringing on 15 searches. Crosby Benefit System, 5 searches. Other than that, there's not too much going on. And I always talk about buyer intent keywords, right? Keywords that people are typing in, regarding your service. And then sometimes an area, if you're, focusing on a specific area, and you guys could probably do business all over the world, right? So it's going to be, generic keywords like, M&A firm or mergers and acquisitions or anything really related to do with your business. So like I said, it can be general. It doesn't have to have that location, but, you can really zone in on certain locations if you do really well in New York or, Boston or wherever it is, right? But let's head back to the overview. Overall, we've got a little bit of traffic, but we want to obviously do better. We want that organic reach, as well as, like I talked about with the ads, which we'll get into later. But let's take a look at one of your top competitors here. We have Sika Fletcher, and I know we've, gone over this website. There's nothing, too crazy about it, but it is, a little bit nicer. It's got this nice background. It doesn't have a ton of content. I know they have, all these deals where you can click and it talks about them. So that's where, they have that like hidden content going on. But, another thing that I wanted to mention, and actually I'm going to hop back to your site, is the way it's laid out, as far as, the SEO is involved. We see here it's the link here says mysticcapital.com/services, right? So that's the URL slug. And then we hit due diligence, and it's services 6. So that's kind of hurting, right? It's not really pulling in what that specific service is, right? Service 2, service 3, service 4. So we want to set that up appropriately. We want to make sure that it's optimized as much as possible. Like this says transactions agency, so that's a little bit more of what it's about. So that's just another part of it that I wanted to mention before I moved any further. But going back to Sika Fletcher here, you can definitely beat them out with content. They don't really have individual service pages. Like I said, really where they're getting their content is from all those links to those deals on that homepage. right, that we see here. And let's see, they might even have it. All right, I'm not seeing it there, but oh, here we go, deals here and experience. So yeah, like I said, you can click on a lot of these. So that could be something that you guys want to do as we go over these deals, right? We might want to add some transaction history there, or a little snippet about the deal. That way, people, when they're searching different deals, that it might be similar, they might get pulled into these and end up on your site, obviously. And that's the goal, right? To create that organic traffic. But then going over to Sitka Fletcher's report, all right, we can kind of compare yours and theirs. And we see here they've got a little bit more as far as their backlink profile is concerned, as far as the trust aspects going. So like I said, not all backlinks are created equal. You guys actually have more backlinks and more referring domains, but they have more trust going on, and you actually have more power. So that trust factor though is huge. So if you have trustworthy links, Google's going to rank you accordingly, and people are going to come to your site, and you can see the traffic difference. So 194 versus your 30, and they actually have double the keywords, so that's part of it as well. And if we take a look at some of these keywords, and I'm sorry, I'm in the wrong one. Here we go. We're going to head into these keywords, and we're going to see they're obviously ranking #1 for their name, and they're bringing in traffic mostly because of that. So they have a good online presence, a good reputation, I would say. If they have 41 people searching their business each month. But as I went through, I didn't find a ton of those keywords like mergers and acquisitions that they're ranking for or bringing in traffic from. So that could actually set you apart, kind of focusing in on some of those keywords, and I'll show you that in a little bit. But one more competitor that we talked about was Marshberry, and once again, their site's a little bit nicer, laid out pretty good. When someone comes onto this site, okay, they trust it. They're going to be able to click certain links, visit their blog. It's just the ease of access is there. The contact buttons there. They can link to their social media. The only thing I'm really not seeing is like a link to a phone number. But that would, here it is down here. So there's just certain things that set it apart. But like I said, overall, I mean, your content's great. It just needs to be updated because, overall, it's not too much different than these guys. And then taking a look at their report, let's actually head back to their overview, and we can see their power and trust are much better. All right, so this is a pretty balanced backlink profile. That's what you want to look for to really boost that rank in Google. Taking a look at these keywords, let's see what we can find. Yeah, so Marshberry, I mean, they're bringing in quite a bit of traffic for that. And then, so most of it actually has to do with their name. So once again, they're not really ranking for those specific service keywords like M&A firm, mergers and acquisitions, and like I said, I'll show you, but that's definitely somewhere you can take advantage of. And then, yeah, they've got a ton of traffic coming in, but like I said, most of it's coming from their name. But I think really, overall, taking a look at those competitors, the only thing that sets them apart is that, nicer website. Really putting it together a little bit better and creating that ease of use for anyone that comes on with, a clickable phone number, clickable contacts form, and just links to different, resources is gonna help you guys greatly. All right, I wanted to come over here to another business that I found was Bain.com. All right, and then this is actually their mergers and acquisitions page, and this is kind of what I was talking about with the URL slug. So they have, this is a consulting service, and then mergers and acquisitions. All right, and it's pretty sleek. They've got a lot of resources as we go down. They have a video, but that's not really what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you these keywords that they're ranking for, and then take a look at that power and trust. That's pretty good. So they're bringing a good bit of traffic, and the keywords they're really ranking for, if you take a look at the position here, they're bringing in a lot of traffic for M&A consulting, mergers and acquisitions, acquisitions consultant, acquisitions consulting. So pretty good keywords here, and these could be ones that could set you apart from these other competitors like Sitka Fletcher and Marshberry. So that's definitely something to consider, and those definitely would be keywords that would be good for the business, right? And then here's another one that I found for mergers and acquisitions. All right, just again, nice page. It's got great links and resources here. So just kind of some different ideas that you can utilize. Great call out here like CR Industries, discuss your needs, just different ideas you can utilize for the site here. And then coming over here, let's talk about ads, right? So you obviously want a great site, and that's kind of where the foundation is. You want to have that SEO background where you can start bringing in that organic traffic, and then you can go about it in the ad route, all right? But you have to have that foundation first, because as long as you create a decent ad, if they click it, right, and get to a business that doesn't have a great site, or it's not, people aren't able to convert in it because they don't have anywhere to click, then it's pointless. So the other thing is we want to make sure that if you're going the Google ad route, that you're creating an ad like this one, and this is why they're on the top, the top ad here. You have all these other ones down here that are pretty short, simple and sweet, but this one has call outs, or I'm sorry, extensions, where you can hit their testimonials, about them. So I guarantee you these guys are getting most of the clicks here because they're number one. And then coming over to Facebook, even we have Sycofletcher's ad here, and they're actually giving away a resource. So we click on their ad, and it's going to take us to their site here, where you can only watch it if you type in your name and email. So that's pretty good there. Those are just some ideas you could think about, down the road after you create that new site. If you have any questions, you have my number. Feel free to give me a call. All right, and I'll talk to you soon.